Hey, good evening, everybody. It's time for the Trick Trades video watch list for August 21st. We got quite a few tickers on it. We'll whittle it down in pre-market once we see what's going on. So first up, and these are in really no particular order, JMEI. This is really starting to get extended. It basically bumped into some resistance or couldn't really quite make it up there, but having troubles with getting up to this 4 area. That's a big move within a couple days. That being said, it has broken out of this really long downtrend. So we'll get that marked, just kind of show you here. But regardless, I think its goose is cooked. It couldn't hold the 200 SMA. It had a lot of volume, so there's a lot of chasers in this. I think if this, and also a lot of traders, I mean, they're just going to lose interest because it couldn't hold the 200 SMA. So I'll definitely be watching for a first red day type of scenario on this. JP, this thing's out of control. It's really broken out. It does have an ascending volume profile. It's a little lower volume than what I would really like, but you can see this. I mean, this ticker's a complete piece of shit. Very lightly traded, thinly traded. Could not hold any of its gains, and it's right at the $12 area. So this is a pretty clear setup. It might try and make a pop. We'll see if it trades pre-market. It's a New York Stock Exchange stock, so most likely not. We'll see what happens, but it's most likely not going to hold this 12, and then we have a nice low gap, so it could panic out really nicely on it. A JNCE. This here, I'm definitely looking long. It's not for a short, so we'll see what happens once it kind of clears this 1468, and I will look to go long once it clears this 1450 area. And then definitely watch what happens in this 1468. You should actually wait till the 1468, but if you want to get in a little bit early, you can definitely catch the 1450. Look for a little bit maybe of a wash, right? And then it should hold somewhere in this area for support. If not, I mean, it may come down all the way to the 14. Mind you, that's going to be looking pretty bearish if it starts doing that. But that's what I'll be watching for. Maybe a little bit of a red to green, or it could just power up. It'll most likely just power up. This is flagging really nicely, and I think some traders are going to want to get in on it. Snap. This is one of my my main watches here. This 14 area, I mean, it's a pretty big deal. So I'm basically going to be looking for a retest of highs and fail. I think shareholders that are able to dump, they will at this point, because I don't think that a lot of them have. I think they're waiting for this to come up a little bit with that lockup period. I mean, they've probably sold some along the way, but I think the big dump is coming. I just don't see Snap clearing that 14, like this 1425. But if it does, I mean, it'll squeeze. So there's definitely, we gotta watch this on both sides. Definitely don't miss out an opportunity on a big squeeze on this, because it could happen. You'll have a lot of shorts covering at this. If this 14 holds and continues up, and especially if it breaks Friday's highs. EXTR, this failed to put in a new high, so you can look for a retest of that area. But I think what I'm more interested in is I want it to clear, and I want it to retest this 11. Okay, so that's what I would do. I would really just kind of wait for the retest and then let it come down. Then again, it is up quite a bit, and if you catch a first red day setup on it, like it could really panic. And I mean, there's a big gap to fill, and 90% of gaps fill themselves within a 10-day period. SFR, this was on my watch list for a short on Friday. I mean, it gapped down and then it didn't really do too much, but it did gap down, so definitely on the right track here. it's kind of hard to say because it's gap down and it's not really it's mid range on this 37. So let's see how the 37.50 handles, and really I'll be looking for this to break. I'll be looking for lows to break. I will not short it before that. You'd just be early and basically gambling on it. So if that breaks, you should be able to catch a move down. It should panic out. I mean, there is going to be a little bit of support. There will be some support here, but especially if this area breaks, like look out, man. So we should get a pretty decent move. It might bottom out right at the 37 on Monday, tomorrow. Which is a 60-cent move. So, I mean, it should provide us with a nice opportunity. SDLP, this is Seadrill. This was on my watch for a short as well on Friday. That's what it did. I mean, I didn't catch it, but this is a big gap, and you can see it likes to short back its gaps, and second or third day is usually a pretty big one. So I'm going to be looking for the 3 to break. But if lows break on this, I'll be looking to get in. I'll be watching this one. So this should be interesting. Not going to be a huge mover, but it should be pretty easy money. I don't expect this to squeeze up. So UA, basically what I'm watching with this, I mean, it's really weak, right? So like you can see there on Friday, it broke a trend. It's never been this low, right? So could look for a nice panic on it. I mean, there's probably bag holders that have been fucking holding since way up here chasing it. I think the downtrend continues, and we could really see a pretty big wash from this. Should be able to get a move down to 15, and then see what happens. See how that whole dollar handles. Foot Locker, exact same thing. Basically, I'll be looking for a pop to get short into. I would love a retest of the 35. I don't know if it's going to get back up that high, but it could. So I want to see how the 35 handles if it does. If it just continues down, now we need a break of the 34 area, right? So definitely two ways that we can watch to get short into this. So. Just want to mark this out. So I want to watch for that 34, or if it does pop in the morning, let's watch for the 35. And yeah, so I think there'll be some more downside with Foot Locker. Earnings were really bad. It didn't look good for Foot Locker at all. It was a pretty easy short on Friday. It just kind of popped that little bit, as you can tell from that wick, and then just basically died. I mean, wonderful short on this. So that's the watch list, and we'll see what also comes up in the morning. But these will be my main plays, as they always are. So we always like to watch today's market for tomorrow's plays at Trick Trade. So I hope you guys enjoyed and did all your preparation this weekend to really smoke the shit out of the market here tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in chat. Later, guys.